Hello and welcome back to another Craig and Dave Unscripted. So we're here for a few reasons today. We're going to tell you about a little change to our Unscripted series. We know a lot of you have been really enjoying our series by Dave Morgan, the other Dave, not this Dave. And that's going really well and proving really popular. So we're going to change the format of Unscripted going forward. And Dave and I will tell you about that a little bit later. We're also going to give you an update on our Craig and Dave conference, which I know many of you are already aware of. I'm going to tell you about some of the guest speakers we got confirmed, and if you haven't heard about it, where you can get tickets. They're selling fast. But first, we're going to start with some shout outs. We love this bit, Dave, don't we? Good old shout outs. They pile up, but we've got a few nice ones today. Do you want to start?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so the first one is from Ollie and the fifth form, and it's to Mr. Stevenson from Glenalmond College. And really, he just wants a shout out to say hello and thank you very much to his teacher and for the whole of the fifth form class. Now, fifth form, Craig, this is rolling back the years.
They made a point in the email as well. They made a point in the email. Sorry, they made a point in the email, didn't they, to say we're in year 11, but we call it fifth form at our school. And I'm like, we called it fifth form when I was at school, but that was a long time ago. Of course, no school calls it that. No students. But of course, if you think about it, it makes perfect sense that year 11 is fifth form, because after year 11, you go to sixth form. Everyone still calls it sixth form. Even though we know it's 12 and 13, people say sixth form. That stuck around. Education's completely full of
I never thought about that. I never thought that. Yeah. No one's actually ever questioned, hang on a minute, why is it called sixth form? Because obviously you've got year 12, which carries on from year 11. That makes sense. But actually, in all the years I've been teaching, students have never said to me, why is it called sixth form? And that makes perfect sense.
Because year 10 and 11 was fifth form. But of course, that has fallen by the wayside. Actually, when we were at school, that was a big thing. You were going into the upper school. Fifth form had their own separate canteen. At my secondary school, so we had a separate canteen, and we even had a common room for fifth form. You were in year 10 and 11. Now, you're just year 10 and 11.
Yeah, I think the idea of a common room as well in the sixth form is sort of disappearing, isn't it? I mean, I remember
study areas now.
Room, it was a place where you went to chill out and play cards and just idle your time away. But now it's the study space, or we're not allowed any downtime anymore.
That's it. I tell you what, in the 17 years I was teaching, that changed a lot. I wouldn't have batted an eyelid in my first few years when sixth formers were saying, I've got a double free this afternoon. I've got a free. Towards the end of my career, it was like every time I caught a sixth former saying free, I got a free. Like, what? A free? What? I got a free this afternoon. Try again. Got a directed study period. Brilliant. Excellent. I'll tell you what, they do make them work hard now. Bless you, A-level students. We understand the pressure you guys are under. So, fair play to you all. Right. Okay. Moving on before Dave and I go down a whole rabbit hole about how things used to be in our day. I'll do the next one. So the next one is from Freddie. And it's to Mr. Mackey and Mr. Cooper from Driftfield School. Apparently, both of you are huge fans of us as teachers. That's always nice. That's always really lovely. It's wonderful to get a little bit of professional recognition from your peers. Anything we can do to have made your lives even a slightly bit easier, we are happy to have done. So appreciate you obviously using our resources, and glad you find them helpful. But yes, shout out from Freddie. And everyone there doing computing. So thank you very much. Right, one more, Dave?
One more. Okay, so this is Ashan to Mr. Russell and Mr. Jackson from King Edward VI School at Aston. And I'm just going to read this one out to you because these arrived by email to us. So I'm going to read this one out to you. It says, shout out to my computer science teacher, Mr. Russell. Please mention how great of a juggler he is, as he's also a circus performer. What?
Brilliant.
I'll tell you what, you could just cross out the words circus performer and replace it with the word teacher, and it still makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Yeah, because teachers juggle 101 different things. Yeah, that's it.
They do. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Teachers.
Sorry, go on.
I was going to say teachers are like swans, Craig, aren't they? To the students, it all looks so easy. And I remember, in fact, one of the reasons I became a teacher is because I thought it was an easy job. All right. So I remember being at school, and I remember looking over to the teacher, and I used to think to myself, your job is so easy, you know, tinkering a little bit with computers. This was the days when teachers had to install their own hardware and software, and we only had, you know, maybe, well, we went from 1 computer to 10 computers to 20 computers in my entire school when I was there. And the teachers would be responsible for setting them up and fiddling. And, you know, back in those days, they didn't work particularly well. And you were always swapping out a card or a drive or installing a new piece of software or fixing something, you know, and you're trying to stay one step ahead of the students who were always deliberately breaking things. Not that I was doing that. Well, of course I was. But but it just looked an easy job. I remember looking at the teacher thinking, yeah, I could do with dabbling with a few computers. I quite enjoy computers. And the teaching bit's just dead easy. And yeah, I was wrong.
Yeah, the phrase "those that can do and those that can't teach" is said by people who haven't tried teaching. Try it. It's not an easy profession. Oh, no, bless. I think there was one other shout out on there, wasn't there? It was a birthday as well.
Yeah, there was, absolutely. So just getting to that, Dave's done the classic off onto a tangent for 20 minutes. So this is also a happy birthday to my economics teacher, Mr. Jackson. His birthday is April the 9th. And he wants to give you a special thank you for helping him out. We're not going to go into all that, but just a special thank you to Mr. Jackson for helping Eshan out. He's really grateful. So there you go. Those are the shout outs for oops, sorry, we both clicked at the same time. There we go.
Brilliant. Right,
We're really coordinated, as you can see. It's been a while since we've recorded one of these, isn't it, Craig? So we're a bit rusty.
Yeah, it's the reason it's called unscripted, though. It doesn't matter. Someone asked me once, do we actually do these live? We're not quite brave enough to do that, but I would say the majority of these are done in one take. There are
pretty much. The only time they're not done in one take is when we've got a guest speaker.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, well, you know, can we just redo that little bit?
Get over it. It's all good.
But we don't know. We're one take. We are.
That's it. Yeah. So let's actually get it. Yeah. The only times hang on, Dave. The only times we're not one take is when I'm watching the version just before it goes on YouTube. And I like, Dave, do you remember that tangent you went off on when you gave a couple of opinions?
No. No,
right.
Okay. No. That's not strictly true. But what is definitely true is we have recorded a couple where I have said, well, I've just kind of carried on and on and on and on, and I didn't know when to just shut up. And we get to the end. Craig's really polite. He lets me finish.
Less so these
all the way
days.
To the end, and then he says, Dave, that was a 30-minute video. I think we should do it in 15. And I'm like, oh yeah, where do we lose all the time? Craig's like, right, Dave, you talked for 20 minutes.
Well, I'm going to set you a challenge now, Dave.
Oh no,
because there's 2 other things I want to do in this video. I want to end with a conference update, so I'll do that one. But I'd like you, and I'm going to give you no more than 5 minutes, please, tops. I'd like you just to articulate to everyone how we're picturing this series changing. We've got this Dave Morgan series, which is going really well, and we've got some good ideas about how we're going to sort of change the unscripted series. So maybe you could preview that to everyone in under 5 minutes. Go.
Yeah, okay. Well, we did say after Christmas that we would bring unscripted back and we would change the format and they'd be shorter videos and da. And we haven't actually done that many unscripted videos since then because there was an opportunity for David Morgan, as you've already said, to do a few videos on our channel. And we just thought we didn't really want to pass up the opportunity, but we also didn't want to create other content while that was getting off the ground, because we just wanted it to be, you know, front and center. Well, having done that, it's kind of changed things up a little bit as to what we thought we might do with Unscripted. So the plan now moving forward, and it'll probably change again at some point, but the plan for now is that David Morgan's videos will continue once a week as long as he's making those. And we're not going to hold him to one a week, but, you know, he's been really good at getting those out. So we're really, really grateful for that, because they're absolutely fantastic. And they are short 5-minute videos that are offering an opportunity for a class discussion. And so they're great. So what we're going to do with Unscripted is maybe once a month, we're going to do an update on everything that we've been working on. So we've got 5 main things that we're working on at any one time. One is our conference, which Craig's going to talk about in a second. The second is Smart Revise. The third is Time to Code. The fourth is our videos. And the fifth is our classroom resources. So what we're going to do is once a month, we're going to have segments in the Unscripted where we talk about updates from each of those 5 things. And the video will probably last about half an hour, and we'll chapterize it so that you can skip ahead to the bit that you're interested in. So if you only want to know, well, what are the updates on Smart Revise, you could skip ahead to that section.
Perfect. If we're in under 3 minutes, this is a whole new Dave. This is great. Yeah, brilliant. So I mean, you may be a subscriber to our newsletter if you a teacher watching this and you subscribe to our premium resources or Smart Revise. Essentially, this is a video version of the newsletter that allows us maybe to go into a bit more detail and discuss things that obviously you can do easier in this sort of format. Right, so as we said, we'll finish with the conference. I'm just going to share my other screen. If you're unaware, we are hosting the first ever inaugural Craig and Dave and Friends conference on Wednesday, the 3rd of July, 2024. That's 118 days away. It's at Bronsgrove School. I could spend ages telling you how beautiful Bronsgrove School is. Absolutely stunning. Having spent 17, 18 years working in comprehensive and grammar schools, when I stepped into this private boarding school, it was like walking into another world, should I say. We couldn't have landed on a nicer venue to hold a conference. It's in Birmingham, which is great because it makes it nice and easy for people to get to. It's very central in the country, and there's a lot of frustration sometimes that all conferences seem to be in London, which is only ever useful if you live in the southeast. So getting there is lovely and easy. But what we can tell you now is a lot of the actual guest speakers that have signed up, because when we first mentioned this, we were getting exhibitors on board. First, if you want a ticket, the web address is craiganddave.org/conference. That is the single stop for everything you need to know. There are 2 buttons there: get tickets and exhibit. Exhibit is purely for those people or companies wishing to exhibit. And to be honest, that will be closing very shortly. We have a really good group of exhibitors, so please come along and get a ticket. We've already sold 1/3 of the capacity that went in the first couple of weeks, so, and there is a limited number of tickets, so please don't wait to reserve your ticket. But what we can reveal today is some of the people we've actually got attending. So scroll down the page. We've got a keynote session from Professor Miles Berry. That's on AI and computing. And then if I click on the marketplace, these are all the companies we have exhibiting. The marketplace is going to be open from the start of the day when you register. It's going to be there at break, lunch times, and as the event sort of wraps up. We've got the major exam boards there: Computing at Schools, Code Club, Digital, Oak Academy, Raspberry Pi. You know, the list goes on and on. And we're hoping to add about 1 or 2 more that we're just firming up, but they're going to be available throughout the day. And many of these organizations are also offering talks. So one of the highlights of the day is we're going to have 2 sessions where you can sign up, one at 12 and one at 2:30, where you can sign up to one of these CPD style talks. We're giving one ourselves, myself and Dave, along with the senior developer of the Smart Advice teams. But as we can see here, we've got talks on a huge range of topics and interesting topics there. And you'll be able to sign up to one of those for the first session and one for the afternoon. I say we think we might have one or two more to add to that list to finalize it, and then we'll be sending out to everyone who's already bought a ticket. We'll be sending up a sheet where you can sign up to your AM and PM slots. And to those of you who haven't purchased yet, once it's in place, you'll be able to choose those at the point where you get the ticket. So that's really starting to firm up now. It looks like it's going to be a fantastic day. But please, as I said, do not wait to get that ticket, because a third of the total ticket allocation went very, very quickly. Dave, anything else kind of you want to mention on our conference that I haven't really mentioned yet?
Yeah, so just to be really clear, because we do have quite a diverse audience on our YouTube channel of students and teachers, the conference is only available and open to teachers. Okay,
Oh, yes. Yeah.
It is not available to students. So if you're a student, please don't go ahead and book a ticket, because to be honest, you're going to be bored out of your mind. It really isn't worth you attending this. It's largely about teaching and learning from a teacher's perspective. So really, it's only for teachers to sign up. We have had a bit of correspondence from a few students and groups of students saying, oh, we'd really like to attend because it's an opportunity to see you and we'd like to just say hello and things like that. Well, we did do that at the BET exhibition for the past couple of years. We didn't attend BET this year, and we probably won't attend BET next year. So we have thought about the possibility of doing an event just for students. We haven't done any of the planning for that yet. So at the moment, it's still very much an embryonic idea that may not happen. But Craig and I are thinking, is there a possibility for us to do a special conference just for students and to encourage computer science teachers, maybe to get a minibus or a coach and ship students over to a Craig and Dave lecture or interactive lecture or something like that would be really nice. But
we do hear you, students. We know a lot of you would like to see us, shake a hand, say hello, grab a selfie, and we really do appreciate that. We hear you. We're seeing what we can practically do, but this conference, for all the best will in the world, is not designed or targeted at you. And we need to make sure that tickets are purchased by teachers. We have a limited amount. But thank you. We do hear you.
Yeah. And talking about purchasing,
yes.
What we're asking for is a £20 deposit just to secure your seat, because we know that it's popular. And what we don't really want is people saying they're going to turn up and then they don't turn up, and somebody else could have turned up, but they didn't because they thought the ticket had already gone. For health and safety reasons and capacity in the venue, we do have to limit the number of visitors. So we just want to make sure those people that say they're going to come are going to come. So we're asking for a £20 refundable deposit. And I want to make this really clear that although you are going to, via credit card, put a £20 upfront cost, if you attend, because we will obviously have a register on the day, if you attend, we will immediately within the days following the conference refund back to your card that £20. So it will be completely free. The only reason we're doing it is to make sure that people that say they're going to come are going to come. And
I tell you what, sorry to interrupt there. I mean, the lunch at Bromsgrove School is phenomenal. I remember the first time Johnny Palmer, he won't mind me mentioning him, who is very kindly helping put this event on along with Fran at Bromsgrove School. They're the computing department there. I remember when they first invited us up to see the venue, they said, make sure you come up for lunch. Make sure you make it by lunch. And I was like, oh, I'm going to leave pretty early, Dave, to get up there for lunch. I'm not bothered about coming for a school lunch. He went, no. Not a school lunch. Now, I'm not putting down school canteens. I've had many a school canteen lunch, but this is something different. I'll tell you what, the lunch is worth 20 quid alone. And yes, that's all being provided again by Bromsgrove School. So yeah, get your tickets now. Get your tickets. CraigandDave.org/conference.
We are paying for that, by the way. I don't want you to think that Bromsgrove School is somehow out of pocket. Craig and Dave as a business will be paying all the costs for this. And so, we just don't want you as a visitor or an exhibitor to be charged for coming to our conference, because the main reason for holding it from our perspective is we want an opportunity to show and tell the teachers what's coming in SmartRevise. We've got plans for the next 12, 18, 24 months with SmartRevise, and we're keeping quite tight-lipped about what that looks like. And we want an opportunity just to show you and tell you what it is that we're working on at the moment. We think that's going to be really, really exciting.
I think you even code named it, didn't you, Dave? Operation
Yeah, well,
Iron Man.
That was our developer. Our senior developer, I think, said, Operation Iron Man. And that's kind of stuck. So if you look at our roadmap for SmartRevise at the moment, it does actually say Operation Iron Man is the thing that we're working on. So all will be revealed.
3rd of July is when we lift the hood off that and tell you what that's all about. So be there and find out first. Right, we'll wrap that up there then. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll see you at the next one, Scripted, where I said we'll be transitioning to more of this newsletter style update on what we're doing and what's new with us, and carry on enjoying the Dave Morgan series as well. Until next time, see you soon. Bye-bye.